Alrighty. Welcome, everyone. We're coming out of recess from our morning session for the purpose of hearing two land use items. So it's 1 p.m. Emily, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Thayer?
Here.
Commissioner Richardson?
Here.
Commissioner Schroeder?
Here.
Alrighty, we have a quorum. As I said, we had two cases to hear today. One is a PUD amendment. The other was an EDZ's site development plan that I believe will be continued. But the first item we have up is the PUD amendment. So I would welcome a motion to open hearing on this item.
Mr. Chairman, I move we open our hearing on Kelly Air Park PUD Amendment GA033-2465.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to open public hearing on this item. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. We're in public hearing. Jeremy, I understand you are presenting today, so welcome.
Hello. Good afternoon. I'm Guilherme Mota, Land Use Planner for the Community and Economic Development Department of Elbert County. I'm going to present you the Kelly Air Park PUD Guide Amendment, case number PA 2023-2465. The applicant is requesting a PUD written guide amendment. The action is allow for AWOS automated weather observation system and Elbert County Fire District Cistern wellhead in the common area, along with storing material and equipment necessary for repairs and maintenance of the common area. It's located on 24652 David C. Johnson Loop, County Road 124 in Elbert, Colorado. I just have this article here for you to understand why so minor issue is coming for the BOCC. According to the Elbert County Zoning Regulation, Article 7D4, any proposed change or amendment to an approved development guide standards or PUD graphic other than those allowed in the standard flexibility statement shall require public hearings before the Planning Commission and the Board of County Commissioners. That's why this project is here today. The applicant is James O. Norman. The pre-application meeting was waived by the director because we had a lot of discussions and emails before the application. The community meeting is not required by the regulation. The application submittal was on January 31st, and the hearing dates, the Planning Commission was on April 16th, and today we are here for the BOCC meeting. The noticing was completed in accordance with the zoning regulation. I just would like to clarify that there was a confusion with the radius for the noticing for the public hearing, because in the formal application, there is a document that is required for the applicant. That is the addresses and a map of the neighbors. And according to the regulation, they don't need to show us like a radius or anything at that moment. But they wrote there a radius of 500 feet, okay, and make some confusion maybe in the process. But we have checked with the assessor's office, with our department, and with the applicant that the noticing was mailed properly according to the radius of the regulation, the regulations.
Thank you for running that down. I appreciate it.
Okay, sure. The PUD is located south of Elizabeth on County Road 134, like you can see here in this map. So we have an already approved PUD, and in blue we have the Track A subsection. That is the location that they are changing the use for this Track A. Okay, so the change of the use that they are proposing and for exactly this region in blue. This is the zoning map surrounding the subject property. They are all agricultural surrounding the PUD. This is an air view map for the Kelly Air Park PUD, for the whole PUD. And this is the updated language for the written PUD guide. The area of land between lot 57 and lot 8, as defined on the Kelly Air Park plat, is known as the Kelly Air Park Annex within Track A. The annex may contain items such as the AWOS, the cistern, may be used for the Kelly Air Park common area material and equipment storage necessary for repair and maintenance of the Kelly Air Park common area, and may contain items that support the Kelly Air Park community as approved by the membership. This is a site plan just showing where is this Track A subsection, because the site plan is not being changed, only the guide, but we need to record this paper showing where is it located. We have referral responses from Elbert Fire District, Kiowa Conservation District, Sheriff's Office, Colorado Geological Survey, Colorado Division of Water Resources, Engineering, Elbert County, CDS, Assessor's Office, Public Works, Building Division, Public Health Department, and School District. No objections are outstanding from the contacted referral agencies. Other than a PUD written guide amendment changing the use for the Track A subsection, there are no changes in the PUD graphic plans. All agencies recommended approval for the PUD written guide amendment. And the Planning Commission last week also recommended approval for the BOCC. The conditions for approval: if any soil is disturbed, it needs to be reseeded with appropriate native seeds. Dust and erosion need to be controlled. Noxious weeds must be controlled. If in the future restrooms are to be installed, the ECPH will need to be contacted for OWTS application and permitting. Review criteria. Article 7F of the zoning regulation lists review criteria, A to F, for PUD requests. The BOCC is to consider these criteria in their review of this application. The 6 criteria are as follows. Number 1, whether the rezoning conforms to and is generally consistent with the goals of the Elbert County Comprehensive Plan. This is already an approved PUD and aligns with the goals of the Comprehensive Plan. Number 2, whether the proposed rezoning is compatible with surrounding land use. The PUD has previously been approved and deemed compatible with the surroundings. Number 3, whether the proposed rezoning would adversely impact the provision of public service. The PUD is already approved and has its own water and wastewater service agreement with fire protection and others. Number 4, whether the rezoning would adversely impact the environment. This is a previously approved PUD and the changes will not impact the environment. Number 5, whether the proposed rezoning would create unreasonable traffic congestion or burden the existing road system without improvements. This is a previously approved PUD and the changes proposed does not affect traffic and the road system. Number 6, whether the proposed rezoning will not otherwise be detrimental to the health, safety, or welfare of the present or future inhabitants of Elbert County. The approved PUD is not detrimental to health, safety, and welfare. Findings: Elbert County Planning Staff recommends the Board of County Commissioners approve the Kelly Air Park PUD amendment, case number PA 2023-2465. The recommendation is subject to the following conditions. The applicant will be required to remove the public hearing sign within 7 days of approval by the Board of County Commissioners. If any soil is disturbed, it needs to be reseeded with appropriate native seed. Dust and erosion need to be controlled. Noxious weeds must be controlled. If in the future restrooms are to be installed, then Elbert County Public Health will need to be contacted for the OWTS application and permitting. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for staff at this time?
At this time, I want to hear the applicant.
Okay, I'd like to invite the applicant up if you've got any other information you'd like to present. It's pretty straightforward.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, planning committee staff, and fellow residents of Elbert County. I'm Jim Norman, Vice President of the Kelly Air Park Association. I reside at 24494 David C. Johnson Loop in Elbert County. Mr. Mata did a good job with summary. I just want to say a couple of things. We are asking to make a change to the current restrictions imposed by our development planning guide for a small subset of our common area. We believe the restrictions that are currently put on the common area are appropriate for the vast majority of the area. About 64 acres, a little bit over. The area we're talking about is 1.534 acres is what the subsection is. Mr. Mata, could we go to the location slide? That's good. So as you see, the blue circle is already described. That's that 1.564 acre area between lot 8 and lot 57. And just a blow up of it, it's called in the official documents the Tract A subsection. If you can go back to the land use detail slide, please, sir. So this is actually you see annex there. That's how we started when we put our package in November. It was updated in 31 January to substitute the language Tract A subsection for annex based on GIS request, and we have done that. The only other things I guess I'd like to say is that you can see on the land use slide, we actually are at the intersection of County Road 5 and 98. And I would like to, I guess, chat with the development department on plat update. We're doing certainly the language to the PUD. I think it would be helpful to have that plat updated as well, to have the attachment of the Tract A subsection defined in the county record. We can find it, it'd be plat update 5, and with the appropriate note on the plat describing this, if that's what we've requested.
Okay, now that sounds like.
All right, with that, sirs, that's what I had to say today. Any questions for me?
If I could, just make sure I'm reading it right. On the weather station and the cistern already exists. This just corrects the use of that property.
Correct. Though there's a wellhead, there's a cistern that was there from the very beginning. The automated weather automation system, the AWAS, was put in sometime later, but it's there. We do have some dirt, we have some gravel, we have some rock that we use to repair the common area. And we have no other place to store it. is out of the way there. I do want to call attention to the last phrase. We talk about adding, or basically correcting that record. The last sentence gives us the authority for the membership to vote in the future. Should we want to add something in that area, we would take the membership vote to do it. So we have, I won't even call it designs. We have an idea, a storage building.
I assume that's where the
And,
restrooms
you know, but we're not there yet. But this gives us the ability to take a vote and do it later.
seems the way I understood it. So do you have any questions for the applicant or staff? No? Okay. Well, in that case, I'll ask you to, I guess, step aside for a moment. We'll open for public comment if there is any public comment on this application. Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Sorry, I should have asked while you were up. And are you, you're okay with the conditions of approval that were presented?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you.
We take pride in the grass. We put a lot of effort into that and the weeding. And I'll try to have the signs down by 3 today if I can.
All right.
And we'll, if we ever put a building in and it has a restroom in it, obviously, we will go through the Group U permit process and go through the septic and whatever the appropriate things are required.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. So with that, I would accept a motion to approve with the conditions of approval as listed.
I'm glad that you made your presentation, because I'm answering Chris's question about this material already exists. It's just a matter of getting some tidy up in the legalities done. Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the Kelly Air Park PUD amendment PA-2023-2465, including the conditions of approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve case number 2023-2465 with the conditions as presented. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. I'd accept a motion to close public hearing on this item.
Mr. Chairman, I move we close public hearing on Kelly Air Park PUD amendment PA-2023-2465.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to close public hearing on this item. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That hearing is closed. Thank you. I appreciate you working through this. The next item we have is actually, we had opened and continued at our last meeting a consideration of the Alpine Ready Mix Economic Development Zone site plan. I think there's been some issues that arose in the interim, so I understand they're not ready to actually continue to a decision today and are requesting another continuance. Mark, is that true?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. Mark Denrader, Director of Community and Economic Development. The applicant, Alex Cabriales, is respectfully requesting a continuance. There are a few more items that need to be addressed by the applicant. The date being requested would be May 22nd, 2024, 1 p.m., and of course here in the Board of County Commissioners hearing room.
And I assume staff concurs and supports that?
Yes, we do. Thank you, sir.
With that, I would ask for a motion to reopen the hearing on this item.
Mr. Chair, I move that we reopen public hearing on Alpine Ready Mix Economic Development Zone Site Development Plan.
Yeah, we have a motion and a second to reopen the hearing on this EDZ site plan. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we're in public hearing. Based on the recommendation from staff, I'd take a motion to continue to May 22nd.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to continue the hearing on Alpine Ready Mix Economic Development Zone Site Development Plan to date time certain of May 22nd, 2024, 1 p.m. here in the BOCC hearing room.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to continue to a date time certain of May 22nd, 2024 at 1 p.m. at this location. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. I would accept a motion to close public hearing on this item at this time.
Mr. Chair, at this time, I move we close public hearing at Alpine Ready Mix Economic Development Zone Site Development Plan.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to close the Alpine Ready Mix EDZ site plan. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Mark, do we have any other land use?
No other items today,
All
Mr.
right,
Chair.
so no more land use, no other business before us today. I would accept a motion to adjourn this meeting for the day.
Mr. Chair, I move we adjourn today's meeting.
I agree.
Well, I'll make it a third, but formally, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. It is 1:21. We are adjourned. Thank you.